Namaste, friends. Welcome you all for Unified Week 7. Week 7 is correcting thoughts. Our reality and our creation is totally depends on our thoughts. And even this entire creation is came out of God's thought. This creation begins with the thought. So if you really want to change the creation, you really want to change your experience, you really want to change your like, manifestation, all it depends on the thoughts. So what are the thoughts you have, that will become reality eventually. So that is a source, right? So we change the source and the outcome is going to be different. But if it is a conscious thought, we can change it. If it's subconscious, how do you change it? We really know what kind of thoughts do we have and what kind of thoughts are giving the experience for us. The experience we think that is bad is what is the thought that created it. All that is all that is being given through this practice this week, that is correcting thoughts. Our higher self will tell what kind of thoughts you had today that created a sound experience in today, right? So this is a last week in the level 1. Unified is 24 weeks course. We divide into 8 weeks, different levels, so that people will be able to catch up. If we run it continuously for 6 months, people get dropped out because they're not able to cope up with their weekly practice, because some practices need more time. It also depends on how much spiritual practice you are doing. Apart from this unified meditation, you should also do at least 1 or 2 hours additional meditation. Is my voice is okay, friends?
Yeah, all good.
Thank you. Thank you, Anil. So you should do extra meditation, like at least hour or two to really cope up with this unified practice. It is connecting to higher self means you are totally going beyond your mind. So mind is so powerful and strong, so it needs a lot of intense practice to go beyond it. And especially this week practice correcting thoughts will definitely need more than a week. So I strongly recommend everybody to at least practice this for 2 to 3 weeks. If you are doing 3 hours meditation every day, you may master this practice in a week. If you are doing anything less than 3 hours meditation in a day, you definitely need 2 weeks to master this. Right? So with that, let's go into the chapter and I'll read through and try to explain as much as I can. And then at the end, we'll do practice. But everybody must read this chapter because Babaji has given such a deep wisdom in a simple words and in just like 2-3 pages. So it's a golden opportunity for us to learn the wisdom and also do practice, which is rarely in any book. All the books talk about knowledge, but they don't give any practice. Here it's so simple, but yet very profound knowledge. And this is ultimate truth that is given in the book. Every day. And they are very simple words. Okay, with that, let's go. Okay, friend, it's the 7th week, correcting thoughts. And the opening statement is anything that is created begins with a thought. See, the every opening statement of the week is so great. I get stopped there itself. Everything that is created begins with the thought. The thought of something really is something only at the most refined vibration. Everything in the universe began with a God's thought about creation. So all this creation, including you, it is a God's thought. He thought about it and creation came out. Right? Including me and you, we are part of the creation. So it's a God's thought. You are in the most elementary sense a thought of God. Rather, you are part of that marvelous, perfect thought that created all. Because we are saying, Baba is saying, we are also part of that marvelous, perfect thought that created all. Being part of the thought, you are also the whole. So, you are also, you don't think that you are a very tiny part of it. You are also a whole. You have everything that is in the God's thought, everything that is in the God too. God's thought that gave rise to creation is indivisible. So you cannot separate that. His own, his one thought contains the entire blueprint for the cosmos and every single atom and the soul. The entire blueprint, there is entire blueprint for the cosmos and for every single atom and soul. There is a blueprint in everything. Even a single atom and cell has that blueprint. That means you too have. Excuse me. Okay, let's go. Let's move further. Furthermore, God is not separate from his thought. So God and his thought not separate any more than you are separate from your thought. Well, let me see if internet is open. Try to increase your volume. So I have a sore throat, so I am trying to be louder. Okay, God is not separate from his thought any more than you are separate from your thoughts. God and his thought is not separate, and also same thing. You and your thoughts are same. Whatever you are thinking, that is getting manifested. That's what you are creating. Right? That is why you are one with the God. Okay, you and your God is not separate because we are part of the God's thought and we are part of the God's creation. So we are one with the God, ultimately. There is no other logical way to understand this. God is very much in tune with
Sudhakar, you are all right?
Sudhakar ji seems to have dropped.
No voice.
No, he is not there.
Oh,
I don't see Sudhakar.
Chandra sir, you want us to share the book, or can you share the book and read the book?
You need to read the book, or I can have to search the book once. I will search.
We have it in the group, WhatsApp group.
Someone can read it, right?
Yeah. You want me to read it, sir?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Sorry, friends, my laptop got disconnected.
He is back.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to do it from the phone. Okay? But you guys can hear me, right?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
I think, Sudhakar, you are Probably 90 degrees out of phase. So you're horizontal instead of vertical.
Yeah, 1 second. I'll change that thing.
Yeah. Now you're fine.
How is it now, sir?
Yeah, okay.
Thank you, sir. Okay, so let's go. Sorry for that interim. So we are part of the God, so that is very clear. But we will eventually experience that as we do practice, as we know our thoughts, as our experience changes, as we experience the God quality, we eventually know. That is our ultimate goal of this meditation and spiritual practice, right? To know that we are one with the God. Because we are the one that created everything, we can know everything about the thought. Since we are one with that thought, so we can know everything about thought. We are not a separate aspect of the thought, so we are created to know everything contained in God's thought that created everything. Is that clear? We were created to know. We were created to know everything contained in God's thought that is created everything. We are created to know everything. So, understand that point. That means you can choose to think about any aspect of God's thought that you wish. You can choose to know any aspect of the gods that you wish. So you'll know about it. So you have all the tools and necessary things that you knew to know about it. It is just like tuning into a radio station. So you tune into any knowledge about creation, and it will be given to you. So you have all the necessary things that you need to tune into the station, and you'll get everything. But the only thing is, how to tune into it is the only question. One thing absolutely certain about God's thought is that it embodies all of God's qualities. It embodies all God's qualities. You are God's thought and you embody all of God's qualities. And so does every other aspect of God's thought. When you tune into some aspect of God's thought, okay, you can be 100% certain to experience love, happiness, joy, bliss, truth, pure intelligence, peace, gentleness, unboundedness, energy, abundance, and non-judgment, to name only few of these. This is your experience that God planned in His thought when He created you. Okay, this is your experience that God planned in His thought when you created you. So all of His qualities that so far we discussed are your experience. He planned for all those experience for you when you are created. Remember, all of creation begins with the thought, you are creator because you are made in the image of the God. We're also creator, right? And He is indisputably creator. God is creator, right? So He created us. So you are also creator. You create. Your creation also begins with the thought, then your experience, what you create. Okay, here is the point. So we are also the creator. We are creating every day, every experience, and you are experiencing that whatever you are doing it. But we are not, sometimes we don't like the experience that we created. Okay, let's go further. So if you begin with some aspect of God's thought that created the cosmos, you will have a creation just like God's creation. Your creation can then only give you the experience of God qualities. If you tune into God's thought and create whatever it is that, you will also experience the God qualities. But instead, we are using our little mind and
to create that, and that creation is not giving us the God's qualities. Okay, so what is Baba saying? So you will have a creation just like God's creation. Your creation can then only give you the experience of God's qualities. Only those qualities are inherent in his thought. No other qualities are there. His thought cannot manifest what it doesn't have. So what are the God qualities that we discussed? Only it can create those qualities. It cannot do anything else. This is a foolproof method for living life in heaven. Then too, error is the not human. Baba is saying this is the only way to create a life in heaven. So there is no other way. Then there is no struggle in the life. Then all the forces of nature come to your aid as you experience only God's qualities. Okay. But what is our experience in this earth? So we are all going through. This is what say. At a glance around the world, if you look around the world, if you look at you itself, a glance around the world indicates that it is not happening. We do. If you look at the world, we don't see that all that God's qualities, right? We see wars, we see struggles, we see cheating everywhere, everyone running behind, everybody feeling lack, not really abundant, not really happy, even though they have so many things. What we see is we think it's not happening, right? What went wrong? Even your own life appears to include some struggle, some errors, some pain. What went wrong? And what is that wrong thing? Why are you seeing all this pain, struggles, challenges? Right? Not even trusting other human being. Nothing went wrong. There's nothing. Baba is saying there's nothing wrong. Even your seeming errors, whatever you think they're errors, struggles you think, and pain point to your divinity and perfection. Okay? Remember, you are made in the image of the God. So what you have to do is all you have to remember you are made in the image of the God. God is sovereign. Okay? He created you with his thought, and so you are sovereign. Another way of saying you have a free will. You also have free will, right? Everybody has free will, but God is created with that. You are also a creator. You are also a creator in the God's image, and you create what you thoughts. What you are doing, whatever your thoughts are, you creating that with the free will. The God's thought which you are one with is available for you. Okay, so you can choose to tune into thought. That is your choice. We have God's thought and also your own thought. Which one are you manifesting is the question. Earlier, before the spiritual practice or meditation, we only know our little mind and we are only manifesting that free will through our little mind. Now we know we also have access to God's thought. You tune into the God's thought and manifest that, and you'll experience the God qualities. All this bliss, abundance, happiness, joy, unboundedness, right? All this will be your experiences. Here is a choice. So take up the choice that tune into God's thought and create it. So you can choose to think a thought of your very own, then your creation will have the qualities you assign to it. So, okay, what are the qualities that you assign to it? That will be there. Okay, now see what we did. So far what we did is Baba is telling. Many times you chose, many times you chose your own thoughts. What Baba is saying, many times you chose your own thoughts and you created a miserable experience. Because whatever the experience that we are going through individually and collectively, okay, we created a miserable experience. Right? That's what Baba is saying. That doesn't mean you are a miserable, okay? Your experience could be miserable for you, but you are not a miserable person. You are still a creator. You created that miserable experience, right? recognize that you are the creator. Okay, since you chose your own thought, then you got a miserable experience. If you tune into God's thought and create it, you will have an amazing experience. Okay, that doesn't mean you are a miserable person. So you are the creator. You are one with the God. Okay, that cannot be changed. Since you have the free will, you chose to create your own thought, and that created a miserable experience. Okay, but you are the one with the God, and you created an image of God. Okay, that is impossible, right? You cannot change the perfection you are. However, as a creator, you can create and experience what appears less than perfect. Okay, as a creator, you can create that appears less than perfect. Okay, only when you start with the God's thought can you be assured of perfection and all other those wonderful qualities. Okay, here is a point everybody must note, and their reality and experience instantly changes. What is that? Only when you start with God's thought, only when you start with God's thought, okay, can you be assured of perfection. When you start with God's thought, then you'll be assured of perfection and all those wonderful qualities. Okay, if you think you are not experiencing that perfection, that means you are doing out of your own thoughts since you are free will. So next time when you think that your experience is not up to what you wanted, think that what thought that created. Is it, do you tune into God's thought or is it your own thought? Okay, it tells you like what is that. Okay. So let's go next. In very real sense, the world you create by your own thoughts is illusion. Okay, here is a statement. The world that you create by your own thoughts is an illusion. For example, suffering is an illusion. Okay, you think that's not good, so you suffer it. But in reality, there is no suffering. It is not the truth. The truth has permanence. Truth never changes. Truth describes the thought of. Okay, here is what is the truth mean? Somebody asks what is the truth? Okay, truth is permanent. Truth is never change. That's true. But what else is there in the truth? The truth describes the thought of God that created us and cosmos. So what is truth means? The truth describes the thought of God that created us and the cosmos. Okay, that thought is the truth. Okay, whatever is the God's thought, that is the truth. Okay, that thought tells us happiness. Okay, that thought tells us the happiness, never sadness. Okay, it tells of bliss and joy, never despair. It tells of intelligence, never mistakes. Okay, it reveals abundance, never poverty. It brings infinite energy, never weakness. It is a hallmark of peace, never turmoil. This truth is simply God's thought that created universe. Okay, that is the truth. Okay, that is the God's thought. Okay, the choice is yours again. See, okay, you can choose to create what is God's thought or make one of your own. So it is a choice. You can make up your own or you can tune into God's thought and create it. Okay, choice is ultimately in your hand, right? God would have it no other way because God doesn't have any other way. Because only choice. You have the free will, you are an individual and you have everything that you wanted. You are an individual creator. All you want to create your own and create a miserable experience, or do you want to tune into the God's thought and create a amazing experience for you? The choice is yours in your hand. You are created with a free will. You can create. You are created with a free will. You are created a creator. The fact you do create proves your divinity. Even though you are creating a bad experience, even though you are creating out of your own free will, you are still a divinity. You are still a creator. Even if you choose to create a hell. Even if you create a hell, you are still a creator, right? If you create a heaven or hell, you are still a creator. Okay, so let's get into the practice. So now you have to understand what is the creation, why you are going through a different experience, because we choose to do the out of our own small little mind, not really using God's thought. Today you begin to change the nature of your creation. Today we are going to change our nature of the creation. How are you going to do it? You change your creations to be exactly like God's thought. Your creation, your life, and your experience are to have only God's qualities. Okay, your creation, your life, and your experience are to have only God's qualities. You can pretty much tell what your thoughts are by looking at your creation. Okay, so you can tell what is your thoughts by looking at your the creation. If you look at the what that person is creating, then we can tell what kind of thoughts that person has. Okay, if you are in debt and afraid of the poor house, you have thoughts of lack. Let's say you have a lack thoughts about lack, then you will have debt, you will have poor house. Okay, you will never realize abundance in God's thought. If you are lonely and without anyone to share love with you, you have thoughts that you don't deserve love or that doesn't exist. Okay, so that is not true. You say you so for you just insist you want to love and you want wealth. All you have to say is I want love and I want wealth, right? And that will be created. If you think that, oh, I am not capable of having love, I'm not capable of abundance. If you have that kind of lack thoughts, that will be manifested in your life. Of course, you want them, you want the experience of God qualities, you want them with passion. That desire is ingrained as part of your very nature. Everybody is okay, ingrained with the nature to and desire to have the God's qualities. Everybody want happiness, right? Tell me one person who doesn't want happiness. Tell me one person who doesn't need abundance, who doesn't need energy. Everybody wants it. So because that means in everybody there is this quality looking for this abundance and God's qualities, right? So it is how you were created, because since you were created that way to experience the God qualities, to experience the happiness, so you cannot get rid of the desire for love. There is no way to get rid of that desire for love because you were created that way. Okay, so you were created to experience. You were created with a desire for love, abundance, knowledge, joy, peace. It's part of you. See what Baba is saying, that we are created to experience these friends. Okay, we are created and we have to experience and we have to bring that into our life. There is no other way. You cannot escape. One day you will be pulled back again here. So since we are all here, we are very fortunate to know this. We are created to experience this. That means if you want to experience, what is the way? Only way to tune into the God's thought. If you create with your own thought, you will not going to experience the God qualities. If you're not going to experience God qualities, your life is not fulfilled. The reason is you are created to experience the God qualities. If you want to experience the God qualities, you have to tune into the God's thought. It's very simple. I hope that makes sense. Okay. But why you are not experience the God qualities? The reason is, nevertheless, there is some thought, probably even subconscious thought that denies your creation, the qualities you desire. Okay. How can I possibly change my thoughts if they are subconscious? If they're subconscious thought, how can I change them? And you ask your higher self. Until now, it has very difficult today. Okay. Until now, it was very difficult for us to know our subconscious thoughts. Now it's easy because we are totally connected to the higher self, and higher self is ready to give us the subconscious thoughts. So now it's so easy, right? Since you are unified, you know how to do that. Until now, it has been very difficult. Today, you start with the process. Gradually, methodically, but certainly, you will change your thinking so that it will create what's called qualities. Baba is saying that you can change that, okay, and then you will experience the God qualities. You will tune into God's thought and claim it as your own. Every day this week, read this lesson, read every sentence slowly and digest its meaning. So Baba itself is saying you have to read it every day and digest it and understand the meaning of it. So what, in 3 sentences, what we have to do? You are created to experience the God qualities, right? So it is your desire. You cannot get rid of it. It is in you to experience the happiness, joy, bliss, abundance. Okay. So what is the way to create? What is the way to experience the God qualities? Only way is to tune into the God's thought. Okay, tune into the God's thought, and eventually experience the God qualities. So wow, why are we not able to experience the God quality? Because we have some other thought, subconscious thought that is blocking us. So what is the way? You ask yourself and it's given. Okay, how do you do that? During this is a process, friend. Try to pay a little attention here. If you understand the process, then you can also do your own. During quiet periods, after focusing on the heart. So this is a pro. Okay, as usual, we start with focusing on heart. Okay, remember our God qualities and ask, remove clear and close aura and ask for higher self signal. After asking higher self signal and getting higher self signal, say these words: Dear my higher self, now reveal to me some of the errors in my thinking. Okay, dear, you have to say the higher self. You have to say the higher self name. Dear, my higher self. If you don't have the name, you can say my dear higher self. My dear higher self, now reveal to me some of the errors in my thinking. Oh, my dear higher self, now reveal to me some of the errors in my thinking. Okay, then sit quietly and your higher self will communicate to you. Your higher self will give you some of the thoughts that you are thinking wrongly. Okay, change that and your reality will change it. Hope that's clear, right? In our meditation, we are going to ask, okay, hi, my dear higher self, now reveal to me some of the errors in my thinking. Okay, that is the first practice. That is first one, right? Okay, and note that. So in meditation, someone can mute him. All right. Okay. What is the second practice? So this is the, you will realize some thoughts that are creating havoc in your life. So you will realize some thoughts that are creating havoc in your life. Write down those thoughts as they come to you. These thoughts that are given to you during the meditation, you have to write down that. The lesson for this week is simply to identify those thoughts you need to correct. And also the lesson is you need to identify those thoughts you need to correct. Notice in your activity throughout the day. So throughout the day, what you do is you are going through certain experiences, right? So identify what is the thought that is creating this experience in your, then your next quiet period. So next day, what you do, ask your higher self, what is the thought that created my experience today? For example, you went to office today, you really had a bad experience in the office, or you had amazing experience in the office. So what you do, next day morning in the meditation, ask your higher self, what is the thought that gave me that experience today? Right? Okay, how do you ask? This is the how you ask. Okay, reveal to me reveal to me my higher self the thoughts I have that gave me the experience of so and so in your day. What we are trying to do is we are trying to find the thought behind an experience that we had today or in the past. Okay, you can also go back into your past and some experience that you still remembering, lingering, your mind still bothering you, you can take that experience and ask yourself, what was the thought that created this? Okay. Or you can take, let's say you take tomorrow, observe your full day and take some of the experiences and identify the thought behind that experience. How do I do that? We'll ask higher self. Okay. Okay. So reveal to me, my higher self, the thoughts I have that gave me the experience of what are the experience that you want, describe it. This inventory is very important. You need to know the nature of your own thoughts before you can correct them, because we need to know first the nature of our thoughts, right? Then we can correct it. So how do you know your nature of your thoughts? By identifying it. Your higher self will give that to you. Okay, that is the two things. First thing, in meditation will ask what are the errors in thinking, and second thing is we will try to identify the thoughts behind our experiences. This week, when you lie quietly in bed before go to sleep, think of those people who have been in your life. Okay, this is going to be for bed. This week, when you lie quietly in bed before going to sleep, think of those people who have been in your life. For each one, realize that he or she has reacted you as you determined by your thoughts. Okay, realize that as we did last week, as we understand that it is their reaction is basically on your thoughts. Take full credit or blame for your experience with them. Okay, send love to each one from your heart, feeling it and see that feeling it going to them. Then forgive each, knowing that forgiveness really means we know what is forgiveness now, right? Forgiving means not really forgiving, forgiving love. Forgiving means you just need to give the love. Okay, do that when you go to bed, friend. I hope that is clear, right? Your thoughts are creating the reality. They other no, there is no, even if it's a bad experience. So I will just describe very short experience that I just had 2 weeks ago. How the thoughts create the reality, and then we'll go into meditation. So we'll do just like 20 25 minutes meditation. But understanding this is very very important. If you understand it, you will definitely do the practice. So I'm stressing on that part, understanding and giving experience. So 2 weeks ago, I moved into a new house in North Carolina, Raleigh. I added a new sofa, and it came. So when it came, we were really excited. My neighbors also came. I was talking to them. I was not really paying attention. People who are assembling it, and they assembled it and they left. Okay, it's a recliner, right? So when after they left, I really thought that I forgot to give them some tips. I really strong. I should have given some tips to them because they came and assembled it. So I had that guilt that I forgot to give them the tips. And you know what happened? Next day, the recliner stopped working. And I called the customer service. They said, okay, we'll come and check. Next day, after like 3 days, one guy came. Sir, everything is good. Just a wrong wire connection. He just changed in a few seconds and he started working. Okay, so see how my thought created this experience. Actually, even the earlier one, it was working. We only messed it up. So my thought that I know I forgot to give them the tips. Now I want to give them the tips. How do I give? Unless some person comes, I can only give that, right? So my thought created this experience. So next day he came and fixed it. He asked $20. I gave $30 and everything. I'm happy. He's happy, right? My guilt has gone. So that was my thought and that created in the reality. So these are minor things. Even the big experience that you think that in your life, so miserable experience or so bad experience, okay, is because of your thought. You change your thoughts and reality instantly changes. Okay, friends, let's go into meditation. Let me see if I play music. Can you hear the music, friends?
No,
Can't hear?
not yet.
Okay, friends, let's close the eyes. I'll just guide, so we'll be fine. Close your eyes. Relax yourself. Settle into this present moment. Observe your natural normal breath. Let go everything. Just totally be with yourself. Be with your natural normal breath. Let go all your thoughts. Bring your total attention and awareness in this present moment. Observe every single inhalation and exhalation, friends. Be with yourself. We are sitting together, holding each other's hand in the group meditation. Let's note higher self and connect to higher self. Let's invite Mother Babaji, connect to him from our heart. Let's invite Tamar Patriji and connect to him. Every moment, be with yourself. Observing natural normal breath. Slowly and very slowly, bring your attention to your heart center, center of your chest. Mild focus, keep yourself aware. Experience the love, pulsation in the heart. Don't get lost in thoughts. Just be here, observing and focusing in the heart center. Recall all the God qualities and apply them to your friend. You are love, you are light, you are happiness, joy, bliss, you are peace and gentle, you are abundant, you are all-knowing intelligence, you are unlimited energy. They are your qualities. Apply them to you. Clear your aura and close your aura, friends. And send love and light to all the thought forms around you. Please ask your higher self signal. My higher self, please give me my signal now. Dear friends, whenever you are ready, after you receive your higher self signal, please ask your higher self, my dear higher self, now please reveal to me some of the errors in my thinking. My dear higher self, now please reveal to me some of the errors in my thinking. My dear higher self, now please reveal to me some of the errors in my thinking. Sit back, relax, and receive the thoughts, dear friends. Just keep yourself centered in the heart. Don't think, just be connected with the higher self. Be aware, friends. Be aware and receive the some of the erroneous thoughts. Last 2 minutes, friends. Be aware. Ask your higher self. Last 30 seconds, friends. Bring your awareness back into yourself. Just thank higher self. And send your love and light to everyone and everything. Send love and light around you. Send love and light to everybody in your home. Send the love and light to everything and everyone around your community. Send the love and light to entire state, entire country, and entire Mother Earth. Just thank higher self. Just thank Mahatma Babaji, Patriji. Let's thank each and everyone who joined today. And I thank you, every one of you, for joining today, sharing your energies, friends. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Last 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Slowly remove your hands. Please turn your eyes for 5 seconds and open it when you are ready with a great smile. Thank you, friends, for giving me this opportunity. You have a wonderful day. Dear friends, please read this entire chapter by yourself. Try to understand every word, every sentence, and implement it. This is how you can easily change your reality, your experience. I don't see any other way. As it's mentioned, you are born and you are created to experience the God qualities, and that you cannot change. It is your strong desire. If you look at yourself, you know you want the love. There is no other way, right? So only way to get love is tune into the God's thought. So please read it, practice it, and get ready to do more than a week. If you want to do 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you can continue to this practice. One is in the meditation, get to know the errors thoughts. Throughout the day, note down your experiences and try to find out the thoughts behind that experience. These 2 exercises continue to do and journal them. That way you'll know what kind of thoughts do we have. So, and tomorrow we'll meet again. If you have any questions, feel free to ask and please read the book. And this is the last week for this unified. From next week, we will be doing the review. Instead of review, we'll have Chandra sir taking few classes, first 3-4 days, and then we'll continue the review. We separated into different levels, the unified 6 months into 2 months, so that you guys will catch up. If you're not able to catch up, we'll give enough time, like 3 or 4 weeks gap before we start the level 2. So that is the whole purpose. So we will try to assist you to bring you up to complete all the practices in the level 1. So wish you all the best, and thank you for giving me this opportunity. Thank you, friends. So yes, Ramakrishna Garu.
Thank you, sir. One question on your experience. So the person who came for the second time after you call the customer service, is it the same person or a different person?
The different person. So I'm not bounded to the person, right? I didn't give the tips, so this is my experience. So who cares, like who is that person receiving it, right?
No,
So
but then somebody else got the benefit of your tip.
for me it doesn't matter, right? Everybody is same. For me, I didn't give, that is only my experience, right? So for example, when we do donation, see, donation after we give, I don't really mind whether that is being utilized or not utilized, who took it, who did not take it, right? For me, it's giving is my experience. After I giving, I don't really mind, like, how that been utilized. If it's utilized good cause and utilized well, it's fine. But what is your experience? Did you give and you are happy about that, right? This is how I consider. When I give, I just give. Even when I give, like friends, if they ask some money, I give, and I don't count that money will come back. I'm happy giving. If it comes back good, if it doesn't come back, I don't care. If I can do that, I'll give that much amount.
But the
But-
sir, first man has worked. Earlier person was worked.
Because he worked and he got paid from the company, right? Because
But he did
Sir,
not get the tip from you.
I don't know if they really expect the tip or not. I don't know, that is their job, but I felt like I should have given something.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
so sir, I have a continuity.
Yeah.
On the contrary, say you have given the first person $10,
Yeah.
but he is expecting $20, and he cursed stating that, hey, this man gave me only $10, so his equipment should not work. Now, in that case, will that equipment get spoiled, whatever,
See, first of all, tips is the person who, see, this is the, if you keep discussing, it will go out of the topic. One thing is the person who came, right? He got paid from the company for the job he did. You understand, right? Whatever we
No,
are
but no,
giving,
it is
that is
not going
extra.
out of thought. It is manifesting someone's thought.
Yeah. So my thought is like this: that person, whether really expecting tips or not, I don't know, right? My thought is I didn't give it. I should have given. I wanted to give and I could not give because I was occupied with talking to my friends who just came same time. So and they fixed it and they left, right? So and that thought was there in my mind. Oh my God, I didn't give at least $10-$20. That person is expecting or not, I really don't know, right? Is it part of the like a policy or some person expect, right? So that my thought that I did not give is the thought that got manifested. Okay, some other person gave and I just happily gave. So the person, I don't see difference, like who received it. For me, I gave, that's all. I don't see the other person who received it. Hope that is
Okay.
clear.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. If you want more discussion, call me separately. We'll talk this group. So if others have questions, we'll continue, especially related to Unified. Thank you, Ramakrishna for asking.
Thank you.
But whole point is, whatever your thought, that will get manifested one way or the other. Okay, but physical eyes, you want it in a different way, but it will come like, your thought will.
Different way.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, Sheila Ji, please go ahead.
Atmavandan Sudhakar Garu, it was very nice. I did read the chapter. I realized, even before like this topic came about thoughts,
Yeah.
I was feeling aware about my thoughts, I feel. So last week, what I did, for some odd reason, I thought in my meditation, I thought, oh, I got some money. Okay, I was manifesting something. I got in my meditation, I got not really. And I said, oh, I'm giving in my meditation, I'm giving $1,000 to my daughter, saying, you know what, I'll give you some money, go get your car fixed. The exterior part, that is my, I did not say what getting fixed, nothing, right? Now, yesterday, my daughter told my husband, I went to oil change and they said I need my car to be taken, looked at, some battery and some things. So my husband took the car, and in the evening, when I asked him what was wrong and how much was the thing, he says, oh, the car, the tires, the battery, the shock absorbers, everything came up to $1,000. And I was like baffled. I was like shocked. I said, what was I thinking? And then when I sat into meditation, I said, that is what I created. I created $1,000 worth of repair for her car, and here I go, I'm giving. But I did not actually wanted to create the repair. I thought, okay, our exterior, something has gone wrong. Like, okay, may beautify the car.
Yeah.
But the nature, because the way I manifested, I did not have specifications,
Yeah.
minute details about my manifestation. The $1,000 went, and it exactly came up to $1,000. And that is the power of thought. And I said, I created it. I created that thought. And the same thing happened. We went to a cruise. We just came back during Thanksgiving. And before I went, my husband said he accidentally gave the bank card, like, instead of a credit card, he gave the debit card. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, my husband was cool, calm. I think I should follow his steps. But my thing was like, I was going on telling, don't charge anything. What if it is like, oh, my bills will be going, blah, 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 blah. And next thing I realized when I was coming back, we realized it was charged everything double. Everything was double. We went with a group of 5. They did not get charged, but I got charged. Everything was double. And I'm like, oh my God, see, this is what I said. Now, I didn't even think I manifested it.
Yeah.
When I came back during the drive from Miami to Orlando to my house, and I was thinking, what did I do to attract this? How come they did not get it, but I got it?
Yeah.
Then my meditation showed me that you created that thought of fear. The fear of getting charged double created all this mess. And I was like, wow, I should be careful.
Yeah.
So this is a perfect example for this. Today's like, oh my God, I have to clear my thought.
There cannot be any better example than, friends, everybody who listens, see, especially when you start doing more meditation, more spiritual practice, you become more powerful, right? More energetic. So you attract things very faster than the normal person. So you have to be very, very careful about your thoughts, and you have to be be aware. You are giving that so much energy. So if you don't aware, you end up utilizing and having bad experience like madam.
Yeah.
But amazing, madam. It's a great lesson, right?
Yes,
So
yes.
now you'll be more aware and more mindful about
Yeah.
what you're thinking.
But the thing is, because we are meditators, it just shows us. Like, it did not say, I mean, others might have said, it made a mistake and all that. But my thought was like, I did not want to. My husband and all said, oh, maybe it was a mistake. Oh, we will correct it. They will put it back. But my thinking was, why did this happen? What was their lesson that I need to learn, and what created this? Did I attracted this? What thought attracted this experience?
Yes.
So I went into deeper into that thought, so I think if we are doing that, I think every action that happens, instead of blaming others, we will start checking our own self. Like, it's me who is creating that.
Exactly. That is the whole point. We need to take the responsibility for our experience and creation.
Yes.
That is when the transformation comes. That's amazing. Very happy to hear from you, man.
Yeah.
Really, really. You too,
Sudhakar
Paula.
garu,
Yeah, thank you అండి.
Thank you.
Sudhakar garu,
చెప్పండి.
I just want to add a little bit more to what you said, Andy.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Um, you know, in a class, when you go to school in a class, when the teacher finds some excellent kids,
Yeah,
know how they segregate those excellent kids and train them.
yeah,
When they train them, they're expecting some more better output and for a purpose.
yeah,
Like that, Babaji chose all
Mhm.
of us
yeah.
for a purpose. And
Amazing.
this is all the training for us. And then we have to be very, very careful about what we are thinking.
Yeah,
And yeah, I mean, at the same time, all these experiences are training us to, so we all thank our experience and, for training us. And on top, I just want to, on the same thought process, like, I have read one book a long time ago about meditation experiences. A simple lady who in a rural village who doesn't even know anything, didn't study anything, but she knows about our meditation. She started doing meditation. It was a hot summer day. Their regular ceiling fan was broke. So a couple of days she managed with the regular normal without fan, and she was thinking, okay, it's really hard to meditate without getting disturbed. So let me get a fan.
yeah.
So she told her husband, but he was not bringing. So one day she went and bought herself a fan. Her thought is to meditate. So whenever she was meditating, this fan was working fine. In the evening, her husband comes, he drinks,
Yeah.
and he does what not, like all the filthy talk and all the stuff.
Yeah.
Whenever her husband comes, turns the fan towards him and try to turn it on, it doesn't play.
Wow.
And he was like,
Good lesson.
"What,
Good
this
lesson.
the I shouldn't let a lady do this. See what kind of fan, it works for some time, it doesn't work for some time." And the next day, like that, a couple of days, she said, it is working fine. When she turns it on, it is working fine. So after 2-3 days, when she was meditating, the fan told its sons,
Mhm.
why are you letting him use me? The reason you bought me to meditate. So I will help you meditate, but you don't let him use. So
Amazing experience, right?
yeah.
Thank you for sharing. And you very well said, like Babaji choose us for some good reason. So yes, everybody is chosen one. Thank you, Andy. Yes, Suni ji, go ahead.
Thank you, Sudhakar ji. Today's session was such a much needed session for me because I was. So there are two things which I observed. Is one, like we are saying, we have to be careful what we think, and so I got a clarity that it's not about being fearful about what you think. It is about being in the present moment to accept it the way it is.
Yeah.
Accept whatever happening is the way it is. Second, I was thinking, I was experiencing in the last 4 or 5 days so many times a trigger that is making me trigger because somebody else is not doing the way the things has to be done. And not one. I mean, I'm meeting everybody and that everybody is triggering me off. And when I did the session today, I realized that this is the thoughts that I was carrying, that I need to be perfect. I need to do things. And actually, even if I was filling myself with understanding that I'm abundance, I realized that it was my thoughts that I need to be perfect. This is the right way to do. So there is no perfectness, and I want, if they do it like this, then it will be right. So I want to control. I recognized my need for perfection, my need to control everything is in order, my need to do things and make people want to do things in my way. So all that today was like, I got an understanding, and I am sure, this is something which is so huge, because I'm, so much in my practice to purify myself. And this again, so much in my practice to purify myself is again coming from the thought that I need to be perfect. So
Yeah.
I'm going to give it away, I'm going to give it away, and I'm just going to be in the present moment, just
Yeah.
accept that way.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, madam.
Thank you.
Who's next? Okay, friends. Thank you all. So, if no more questions, Indra. Okay, nobody. Okay, thank you, friends. Thank you all for sharing your experience. Amazing experience. Very good lessons. But watchful for your thoughts, and at least if you want to understand the thought behind your reality, your experiences, note them, and then ask yourself, what was the thought that created this experience for me? So thank you all for joining today. Meet you again tomorrow. Thank you.